Welcome back to Five to Thrive with Hart. This is where we take 5 minutes to help employers, HR leaders, CFOs, and business owners think a little differently about employee benefits. When most employers think about their health plan, they think about premiums, they think about renewals, deductibles, co-pays, networks, and maybe drug costs. But I want to look at it a little differently. Your benefit plan isn't just insurance, it's a risk strategy. So every employer is making choices about risk. They want to know, what risk do we want to pass on? What risk are we okay keeping? What risk should we pull out and just deal with it in a new way? What risk do we need to manage? And what risk can we lower before it turns into a much bigger claim? I feel the better question isn't just how much did our renewal go up? I feel the better question is, what risk is in our health plan and do we have a plan for it? So today I want to walk through 5 simple ways to think about that. The first way to deal with risk is to transfer it. And this is one most employers already know. When you buy a fully insured health plan, you're passing most of the claims risk to the insurance company. You pay the premium and the carrier, they pay for those covered claims. And for some employers, that's the right move. But here's the thing. Passing a risk on, it isn't free. The more risk you pass on, the more you may give up. You may have less control, less claims data, less insight into drug costs, and less room to fix what's really costing, driving your costs. Even self-funded employers still pass on some risk. They may use stop loss, high deductible protection, aggregate coverage. They may use captives or even vendor guarantees. So I feel the real question isn't should we transfer the risk. It's more, what risk should we transfer and are we paying the right price for it? The second way we deal with risk is to assume it. And that means the employer decides to keep some risk because they feel there may be a better upside. That could mean going from fully insured to level funded. It could mean self-funding. It could mean keeping more of the claims risk that may be more steady and just easier to plan for. But taking on risk, that doesn't mean gambling. It just means knowing your numbers. It means having the right stop loss plan, the right partners, the right data, and just a clear plan for the risk that you're keeping. Some risk is hard to guess and may make sense to insure, but some risk is more steady than employers think. The key is to make that choice on purpose, not just because of a bad renewal and not just for 1 year. The third way to deal with risk is just to extract it, or in plain terms, pull the problem area out of the plan and just deal with it in a better way. Sometimes the whole plan isn't the problem. Sometimes it's just one part of it that's causing most of the cost, waste, or those big swings. And that could be pharmacy, specialty drugs, hospital claims, imaging, infusion care, or a high-cost surgery being done in the most costly place. So instead of treating every claim dollar as the same, an employer can look at the part of the plan causing the most pain. Maybe it's time for a more clear pharmacy plan. Maybe it's a bundled surgery. Maybe it's a center of excellence. Maybe it's a direct deal with a provider. And maybe it's a better path to high-cost drugs or infusion care. The point is simple. Find the part of the plan that's driving the cost or the risk the most, and then just build a better plan around it. The fourth way to deal with risk is to manage it. And this is where the health plan becomes more than just a way to pay claims. It becomes something the employer is active in. Employers should be asking, what health issues are driving our costs? Are people going to the ER when primary care could have helped sooner? Are they getting the care in the right place? Are high-cost drugs being looked at? And do our employees know where to go when they need help? Do they know how to use the plan? And this is where claims data, care guides, drug reviews, primary care, second opinions, and member support can help. Once an employer keeps some of this risk, they can't just hope it works out. They need a way to track it, to manage it, and to talk to employees about it. A well-run plan can help the employees have a better experience, and it can help the employer get more steady results over time. The fifth way to deal with risk is to mitigate it, and that means helping lower the chance that a small issue today turns into a bigger claim tomorrow. Think about diabetes, high blood pressure, back pain, kidney issues, mental health, or just someone putting off care because they don't know where to go or they're worried about the cost. A lot of big claims, they don't come out of nowhere. They build over time. So that's why easy access to primary care matters. That's why clear employee education matters. And that's why helping people get care earlier matters. A confused employee may wait too long. They may go to the wrong place for care. They may pay too much for drugs, or they may just ignore the problem until it gets worse. So helping people make better choices early is good for the employee, and it's good risk management for the employer. So here's the big takeaway. Your benefit plan isn't just a line item. It isn't just a carrier choice. And it isn't a once in a year renewal meeting. It's a risk strategy. So every employer should be asking, what risk should we transfer? What risk should we assume? What risk should we pull out and deal with in a better way? What risk should we manage? And what risk can we lower before it gets more costly? That's the difference between just buying insurance and building a real benefits plan. It moves the talk from renewal panic to year-round planning, from what did the carrier give us to what are we building for our people and our business. Thanks for watching 5 to Thrive with Hart. For one practical employee benefits idea each week, subscribe to the 5 to Thrive weekly newsletter. You'll find the link in the post, the video description, or on my profile. And if this was helpful, hit like, follow, or subscribe. And share it with someone who helps make benefits decisions.